Hello everybody, my name is nuttycivicsi, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a Minecraft server for Minecraft 1.15.2. So this is still a very talked about thing, and I'm shocked to see how many people still do not know how to do this. After years of Minecraft, people still don't know how to do this, and I don't blame them. It is a little complex if you don't know what you're doing. But that's why I'm making this video, for people that don't know what they're doing. And yes, there is a million tutorials, but a lot of them are complex. They're not as simple. So I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible. And I'm not saying that tutorials aren't good. It's just for somebody that has never done anything like this before, they're not great because it doesn't explain it as clearly as it could. So today I'm going to try and explain it as clearly as possible how to create a Minecraft server. So this is the latest version of Minecraft. So it is a little bit different than it was in the past, but I'm going to show you everything you need, and it's quite simple. So let's get right into it. So first of all, you want to go to the first link in the description, and this will take you to the Minecraft. This will take you to the Minecraft server download. There is actually a tutorial right here, but I've looked at this and it is quite complex, and I find videos are a little better anyway, but I mean, that is there if you want to take a look at it. I could touch on things that maybe I didn't, but yeah, so that's there. But anyway, what you want to click on is right here, this download Minecraft server 1.15.2.jar. So click that, and that should download it. Just say save file, and go in here. It should go into your downloads file, or whatever. If you're on Firefox, it'll go up here. It'll pop up in the front, and then it'll go up here, just like you've seen, basically. If you're on Chrome, it should pop up down at the bottom, and if you're on Internet Explorer, it should pop up somewhere else. It'll pop up somewhere, just wherever your downloads pop up, that's where it'll go. And it should go to your downloads file, which is taking some time. There it is. So we'll bring this just out of my desktop. I need to cut it because my things are on different hard drives. There we go, it's right there. So we got this now. It's in the Reaper's mouth. So what you need to do now is create a new folder. You can put this anywhere. It doesn't have to be on your desktop, and just call it Minecraft server. It doesn't have to be called that. You can call it whatever you want, but just to make it simple, I'll call it that. So you want to drag and drop this in here. So next thing, this might not be this little jar. It's a jar file, I guess. It's like a little coffee cup. It's a Java symbol, or the Java logo, I suppose. It might not be that for you. It might be like a little white piece of paper, kind of looking like one of these in the folder there. If it is that, if it's a coffee cup, then you're good. You don't have to do this. But if it isn't, you want to go to the next link in the description, which will bring you to the Java website, and you need to download Java. So it's completely free. All you got to do is click the download button there and click agree and start free download. And then this will pop up again, save file. It'll take a few seconds to download. Come on. There we go. And then you can just open the file, or you can put it somewhere else if you want to. But you can just open it. This will come up. Just click yes. And a setup screen should come up. There it is. Okay, so all you need to do is click install, and it'll do it for you. Just go through this and install Java. It's really easy. You can also change the destination folder if you'd like. But yeah, I already have Java, so I'm not going to do that. But for installing Java, just click install, and it'll take you through, and it'll do it all for you. Nice and simple. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, so when you download Java, this should become this coffee cup. And if it was already a coffee cup, then good for you. You already had Java. So what you want to do is, I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast, by the way. Hopefully you guys can follow along. I'm trying to talk a little slower, but I'm just trying to get the simple stuff out of the way first. But anyway, so all you got to do is, when you have this in the folder, double click it, or double left click it, I guess, and that will open it. It takes a second because it is launching. There we go. Okay, so then it should give you these files. It should give you logs, EULA, and server. So the only thing you got to worry about right now is this. So double left click the EULA. This will show you some stuff, but basically you are accepting the EULA, which stands for End User License Agreement, I think. Either way, it's just one of those things where you gotta click the accept button. So where it says false here, just take that out and then put true. No caps, just true, and you're good to go. And if you do want to read it, the link is right here, so you can do that. Here, I'll just show you real quick. You can do that. Go into your browser and paste and go, and it'll bring you right here, and you can read through it if you really want to. Show all the rules and all that. So once you put that as true, you want to go File, Save, and Exit, and there you go. So the next thing you want to do is run this once again, and this time something should come up. It does take a while because that is basically what you use to launch the server, so it does take some time, but something should come up in a second. There it is. Okay, so this will come up, and this is basically your server. And this should give you, so it gave you a bunch more files here. It's give you banned IPs, banned players, ops, user cache, and waitlist. And it also gives you a world file there. So this is basically your server. You can see it doing all the stuff it needs to, preparing. And I think that's all. Yeah. So all you got to do now is put... Oh, no, it's not done. Sorry. It'll be done when it does this. I thought it would do that, but I thought it just already did it. So it'll say preparing spawn area. You gotta wait till this goes to 100%, and then that should be good. So keep going. It does take some time, but that's just because it's the first time it's ever launched. It doesn't usually take this long when you launch it more. But yeah, there we go. So when it says done, for help, type that, whatever that is. That's when you know it's done. So technically right now you do have a Minecraft server. This is the server. But the only thing is, you can only join it. No one else can join it. Well, if they're in your house, they can. But someone, in another neighborhood or whatever, one of your friends, they can't join it yet. And the reason for that is because you haven't port forwarded it yet. So now, don't panic. This is the part where people kind of freak out, and it's super complex. It's not complex, but the reason people think it's complex is because this step is different for everybody. Almost everybody. And I know what you're thinking, well, geez, how can you show me how to do it if it's different for me? It's different, but they're very similar in ways, and I will show you what I mean when we go there. But for now, what you want to do is close this. So when you're closing your server, you cannot click the X. You can, but it's not good for it. So instead of clicking the X, you want to go right here in this little text bar and put stop, no caps, just put stop, and it will close it for you. So there you go. That's how you do it. So yes, so the next thing you want to do is right click the start button, go to search, and put CMD, and then it should come up with command prompts. So you want to go here, and then you want to type in ipconfig, and then press enter. No spaces, just press enter there, and there you go. So the ones you're looking for are the IPv4 address. You need that, and you also need your default gateway. So you can either write this down, put it in a notepad, or just keep it open. But yeah, if you don't want to confuse yourself, just write them down. But you need the IPv4 address and the default gateway. These two codes here. This one in the middle, don't worry about that. And if you have more showing up, don't worry about those either. You only need these two. So just keep that in mind. So for now, we're going to minimize that. And first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the server file. I'll do that a little more slowly. It's this file right here. It's called the same thing, but it's like a notepad file. A properties file, I guess, to be more technical about it. So this will open up your properties. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff. Don't freak out, though. It's okay. It looks more complex than it actually is. This is basically your server settings. So if you go through it, it'll be like game mode, or allow nether, force game mode, difficulty. It's set to easy right now, spawn monsters. So you can make this all true or false. Most of it's true or false. That's just how the coding works. Some of it you have to change the level type. You can make that default or super flat. You don't actually have to touch that, so don't worry about that. Hardcore, command block. So say you want a command blocks in your thing, which I do, then just put true, and then boom, and then you just save it, and you're done. Max player, so you can put that to whatever you want. 20 is a good number, unless you're expecting a lot of people. But the more players, the more beefy of a computer you need. I guess I should mention that you do need somewhat of a good computer or laptop for this. It doesn't have to be super amazing, but it does have to be, good. It can't be just a crappy little laptop. It needs to be something that can run games well and all that. But anyway, what you're looking for is right here, server IP. There is other stuff, but we'll talk about that in a second. So you want to go for server IP. Open up your command prompt again, and this is where you put your IPv4 address. Oh, let me put it in more of a good place. Let me put it like here. We'll do that, and then do that. There we go. So you can see them right there. So when you see server IP right here, you want to put the IPv4 address. So for me, it is 192.168.2.33. So this will be different for you. These numbers could be the same depending on where you are in the world, but these numbers most likely will be different. And they change sometimes too, which is kind of annoying, or at least for me. They might not for you. They're kind of weird. But anyway, just put whatever it says in your IPv4 address, put it right here, and you're good. Like I said, that will be different for you. Just put in whatever it says there, right there. So yeah, and then after that, you're good to go. So we'll go File, Save, and then you're done with that. So keep this open though, because you do need it. And we'll close it for now. It's just right here. So now you want to go back to your internet browser, and you want to go, we'll open a new tab actually. And right here, you want to put your default gateway. So this is how you get to your basically your router setting, modem settings. I don't really know what to call it, but you'll see it in a second anyway. So your default gateway, it's the last one for me, might be different for you, like I said, but the default gateway, you want to write whatever it says here. So for me, it is 192.168.2.1. As you can see, it's right there because I go there a lot, and there you go. Let's go here again. So as you can see, exactly what's there is right there. So you want to put your default gateway into your search bar, and it'll bring you to your page. So here's the part that looks different for everybody. There we go. We'll log in. Perfect. So when you're logging in, your login could be anywhere. For me, it's right here. But like I said, it could be absolutely anywhere for you. So sorry about that. So like I said, your login could be anywhere on the screen. So all you got to do is log in with your username and password. If you don't know your username and password, you can try one of the default ones. If you don't know your default ones, go to Google, look up your router make or model, and put default username and password, and there you go. There is some stuff that you can't show people on here, so like I blocked out probably most of the stuff here. And I'll explain why later, but you can't show your public IP address, basically because it can show people where your address is. So like this whole place should be blocked off for you guys right now, because this has a lot of information that I just don't really want just people to know. So yeah, be careful about that stuff. It's not something you want to tell everybody, or especially people you don't trust. Obviously your friends and stuff, whatever. But people just random on the internet, you do not want to tell them. So yes. But anyways, here's where it gets a little complex, but I can promise you it is so much simpler than people make it. So what you need to do is find your port forwarding section of this website. So like I said, this website will most likely look completely different for you. And that's okay. That's completely fine. So what you need to do is basically search for something called port forwarding. So for me, it's in firewall. Then we go down here and it'll say port forwarding. And there we go. I'm here. So like I said, it could be completely different for you, but all you got to do is just look for this term, port forwarding, or it'll say port forward, or possibly something with IPs or something like that. But all you need to do is find a screen that looks kind of like this that'll let you create port forward ports, I guess. So like this one, for example, this is for Call of Duty. Nothing. Don't worry about that. You won't have another one. This is just something that I've made already. So don't worry about that. But it should look something like this. Mine does look a lot different than the other ones, which makes it a little awkward. But don't worry. And if you truly can't find it, then hop onto Google and just search your router make or model or whatever, and just search up, port forwarding or something like that. Just if you search your model of your router and then search port forwarding, it should help you out. There's not really much else I can say about that because, like I said, it is different for everybody, but that's okay. You will find it. Like I said, if you just do a little bit of searching for the term port forwarding, or sometimes it'll be in security, and stuff like that, you will eventually find it. Every single router has it. So if you think it's not there, I can promise you it is 100% there. Yes, it might be harder to find than others, but it is there, and you will find it eventually. So yeah, don't worry about that. But once you find it, welcome back if you just went to look for it. But once you find it, it should come up with a screen that might look like this. Now, mine's a little bit different. I have a little bit, mine's a little less fancy, but it should say, like, you know, maybe you have to click on add or click on new or something like that. Like you're making a new file almost. And most of them you can actually put in a name now. So like you could put in Minecraft server and name it. For me, I can't do that. Like I said, mine's a little less fancy. For example, I said this one's for Call of Duty. So if I had to put a name, or if it would let me put a name, I would put in, you know, like just Call of Duty or something, just so I know what it is. But sadly, mine doesn't let me do that. But yours probably will. And if it doesn't, that's completely fine. You don't need to name it. But anyway, so here's where you need to bring up your CMD once again. So the IPv4 address you need to put in to the IP address bar. Now, mine does look different, but for you, it will 100% still say IP address. Wherever it says IP address, it could be anywhere for you, but wherever it says it, you want to put in your IPv4 address. So for me, it is 192.168.2.33. So 192.168.2.33. So there we go. Let me just double check. Yeah. So there we go. So you put in whatever is here on your IPv4 address, put it right there. And then these two, there will be a starting port and ending port. So whenever you see this word, basically, you want to put in 25565. Ending port 25565. And that is basically the port for a Minecraft server. Just put that right in there and you'll be fine. There could be more, but for me there's only 2. So there's only starting port and ending port for me, but for you there could be 3, there could be 4. It just depends on the way your router wants it set up. But anyway, either way, if you see the word port, just put in this number, 25565, and you will be fine, I promise. So the last thing you need to do is wherever it says protocol, or it could say something different for you, but you want to find these letters, TCP, UDP, and it could say some other stuff too, but you don't need to worry about the other stuff. You only need to worry about TCP and UDP. Now, like I said, mine's a little less fancy, so I don't have this option, but for most people, there is actually an option that says like TCP/UDP, and it'll let you do both. So if you put that in, TCP plus UDP or /UDP or whatever, that lets you do both. You only have to do this once, but if you don't, you have to do it twice like I do, which is okay because I can just show you guys how to do it twice so you know. So the first one I'll do is TCP. This stuff I don't have to worry about. This might not even be there for you, but if it is, just don't worry about it. It's not important. And then click apply or create or whatever the button is to create it. And then a screen should pop up. Or for me it does anyway. For you it might just pop in the bar. And then there we go. It should pop in your bar for ports and all that. So there's the first one, but for me I need to make another one because I do not have an option to do both. Like I said, for you, you might have an option to do both, so you do not have to do this twice. So I'll do this one more time. 192.168.2.33. There we go. And once again, 25565, 25565. There we go. And this time you want to make it UDP. And apply. And there we go. So, port forwarding is done. Yes, I know. It sounds complicated, but I promise once you do it once, you will think, wow, that wasn't even that hard. So there we go. There's the 2 right there. So port forwarding is done. There we go. The quote-unquote hardest part is done. So you can go ahead and close this down. And you can also close this down. You don't need this anymore. And you want to go into your server file once again. And if you want, it is good just to look through this real quick, just to see what's up. There's a lot of different, options and stuff that you can do. Not a huge deal though. So yeah, you can look through that. If you don't know what they mean, just leave them the same. I'm just going to leave them all the same, but if you want to look through them, go right ahead. So next thing, you want to go back to your browser. I kind of did this in the opposite order, but that's okay. You can search your server properties first, just to have them all set up. But next, so here's what you want to do. You want to go into your Google bar. You can see all the Google searches. They're kind of dumb. But here's what you want to do. You want to go to your Google search bar and put in what is my IP. Enter. So there should be a black square here for you, because once again, you cannot show your public IP address to anybody you don't trust, because it will show people your address, exactly where you live, and if you know how to do it, you can easily use it to hack somebody as well. Hack their computer, whatever, really. But anyway, this is what you need to give to your friends to join your Minecraft server right here. So you take this number, I'm going to copy it so I can put it into Minecraft, but you take that number and you send it to your friends, and I will show you where you put it in a second, but just keep that in mind. So you copy that number, send it to your friends, and I will show you what to do after we launch the server, because this is pretty much the last step. So what you want to do next is launch your server. Like I said, it will take a second, and you want to launch your server before you launch Minecraft. It does not like it when you launch them at the same time. Sometimes it just won't even work at all. So yeah, launch your server first. It takes some time. There it is. Okay, so there you go. And also what you want to do while you're here is go ahead and put, we'll wait till it's done actually. So it does the same thing every time. It doesn't take too long, especially after you've launched it a few times, but it will take some time. There we go. It always has to prepare the spawn area. That's just how it works, I guess. 83%. 84, 90, 95, there we go. So what you want to do is put op and then whatever your username is. So for me, it's nuttycivic. Boom. There we go. Made nuttycivic a server operator. So don't give that to anybody, because that basically means they can use commands, they can switch their game mode, or anything. If you're just screwing around with your friend, then go ahead and op your friend too. So you can op whatever your friend's name is, and it'll op them too. So just remember to put whatever your username is, just op space username, boom, done. So you want to keep this running, don't minimize it. Well, I mean, I guess you could, but you can just keep it running in the background, and then you want to launch Minecraft. So go for that. Alright, make sure you're on the latest version. I have my own thing set up, but just make sure you're on 1.15.2. Play. It'll take a second, once again. Okay, so Minecraft finally opened for me. I don't have the full screen mode on, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to put on full screen mode. And go here and turn it off. There we go. So it should be windowed now. Lovely. It's not. Okay, whatever. I'll just put on full screen mode. Doesn't really matter. Okay, it'll make the recording a bit. Okay, it should be showing it now. So what you want to do is go to multiplayer. So this goes for you and your friend trying to join. Go to multiplayer. Online play is not rated. During online play, you may be exposed to messages. Didn't say that last time. So click proceed on that. So I'm just going to delete this here. So there's two ways you can do it. So you can either go to direct connect, and whoops, that's my IP. Get that out of there. You can either go to direct connect and paste your IP in there, join server. But if you want to keep it, go to add server. Call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it, there we go. I'm just going to call it the nutty server. There we go. And then the server address is where you put your public IP. So it's blocked out once again for you guys, but this is where you put your public IP. Click done, and then give it a few seconds. Okay, so for me, this didn't work. Sometimes it won't. But no matter what, when you put your public IP address in with your friends, it will 100% work for them. But sometimes for you specifically, it won't work. So all you got to do, take out your public IP address, and you want to put in your local, which is that IPv4 address that was in the CMD. I'll put up a picture so you guys remember. But for me, it was 192.168.2.33. So you put that in for you. Now remember, this only works for you, not your friends. Your friends have to put in the public IP. You can put in the local. So refresh it. And there we go. So if it doesn't work, just click refresh a couple times. So there we go. So there it is. You know it's working when you see the ping, whatever it's at, and then you'll see a player number. So to play it, just click on it, click join server, or you could double click it, I guess. And there we go. And we're in. So, okay, the world's a little laggy right now because it's all jumping in. Hey, we're upside a village. Look at that. Auto jumps on. I do not like that. So it's a little bit laggy, but that's okay. So as you can see, it's working. And if I pause it and go out, I just Alt-Tab to get out, you can actually see right here, nuttycivic joined the game. So it'll say in your server thing who joined and who didn't. So there you go. And since I'm op, I can use commands. So if you're not opt, you can't do this. So I could go game mode, creative, and there you go. Now you're in creative. So if you're not opt, you can't do that. It'll say in big red letters, like, you don't have permission to do this. That's okay. So yeah. So there you go. If you did this correctly, you have a functioning Minecraft server. If you have any issues, make sure you leave them down in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and I'll help you out. If I get enough of them, I'll even make another video helping a bunch of people out at the same time. So yeah, don't be afraid to leave a comment if you're having issues. I'm not very busy because of the whole quarantine thing and all that. So, I mean, yeah, I will get to you pretty fast. But yeah, one more thing that I will say. So we're going to disconnect from here. So if you added a server, it'll always be here. Even if you quit the game, it'll always be here. So don't worry about that. We're going to quit the game. And remember, to close the server, what you got to do is type stop, no cap, or no caps. And I was going to say, if you want to change your Minecraft world, this is your world file, basically. If you want to change it, so say you went to go get a world. If you don't know where your world is, you want to go to run, %appdata%, and you go here, go to your .minecraft file, saves, and there's all your world. So say we wanted to use the boom world or something, so you just drag, oh god, you just drag, drop it in, delete the other world file here, or put it somewhere else if you're just changing out the world. Then you go to your server properties, and where it says, right here, level name. So it'll say level name, and whatever it says here, so the one boom, it was all lowercase, I think. Maybe it's one cap. Either way, so let's say it's uppercase B, boom. Uppercase B, boom, and it will work. If you don't do that, it will not work. And if you write it wrong, it'll just give you a normal world. So say we wanted to go back to the other world, that's just called world in all lowercase, world in all lowercase. You save it, save, and then it'll work. So you launch the server, and it'll work. So there you go. If you did everything correctly, you should have a functioning Minecraft server. Like I said, if you have any issues, do not be afraid to leave a comment. I will help you out as soon as I can. I usually reply to everybody that comments on this channel. So, yeah, don't worry about that. But yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure you click the like button. If it helped you out, I guess I should say, make sure you click the like button, click the subscribe button. Helps me out a lot. And I hope you guys have fun playing with your friends on a server. And if this helped you out, that's awesome. Awesome to hear. I'm glad I could help you. But, yeah, I guess I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.